Welcome to the second half of this show. I'm feeling like things have gotten out of hand. Now there are two of them. There you go, Sid. Now it's softballed out.
Two of them.
Yeah. If only I had blast doors close, I would be in a much better position. Friends, you technically get to decide what order you act in. Choosing to have Lycus go not first may be a wise decision, is all I have to say.
So, yeah.
More to say, have you, Master Kalrak?
I think Eshairr and Antipho should go first, then Lycus, and then I can react to whatever the fuck Lycus says.
I think the arc pistol's got more damage potential, so I'd probably throw the arc pistol first to have Lycus go first. Sorry, have Antipho go first, sorry.
I mean, I could use the arc pistol on someone, just not preferable for you
You
guys.
shut your fucking mouth.
Hush now.
Besides, you've got the flamer.
Welcome to my side of the board, buddy.
I've already said I'm gonna rat his ass out. To
Gosh,
Inquisitor.
have I ever spent 6 ruin before? I feel like I'm
no,
just,
it's the first time.
I'm just
No, this was
Like,
an interesting combination of random happenstance here.
Yeah. I mean, other than the occasional interrupt, you really haven't had a good.
I know
Stance
it's
to
really
use
not
it.
a good ruiny. There was one episode where there was like a cultist leader who had some good shit, but other than that,
We've rolled a lot of a wrath die.
yes,
Yeah, we have. There's been like more criticals on this one like so far than a couple of episodes. put
killing all
together,
my
actually.
Gene Stealer cultists worked out great for me. Yeah, friends,
All right,
who's going
So-
first?
I'm going to shoot at that demon bastard. I'm going to take the aim action.
Very well.
Salvo,
Yep.
short range,
Wow,
Salvo.
going all
final
out.
destination, Fox only.
You son of a bitch! You know that you can beat me with that. Now, if we played on a moving stage, I could still win.
No, I've practiced on moving stages now.
Okay, so that's 1, 2.
That is enough,
3.
but not enough to up.
You want to
Well,
spin a
then,
wrath?
I'm gonna. I'm gonna.
You want to spin the wrath? You want
Don't Jedi mind trick him. You're on my team now. You want to spend the wrath?
You're not in charge anymore.
Take your
Lycus,
wrath.
just shut your face.
There you go.
There we go. So
This
that's
isn't
1, 2,
like this is
3,
Pondo.
4,
Both.
5, 6. Yeah, I'm gonna shift both for extra.
That sounds real bad for me.
That sounds great for me.
So that gives me 3 ED.
You know, he could still pass this roll and stay possessed.
Yeah, but it gives me a chance to not be possessed.
Sure, I'll agree with that. That is a thing you can
So
believe.
that's
16,
1,
so
2, 3,
18.
4, 18
Oh,
damage.
fuck.
And 1.
All right, I'm gonna go
One.
to soak. All right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ruin.
That's
Not enough. I do take a wound.
Should take more than one.
Yeah.
5.
So now it's a willpower DC 1 to sustain the power, and then a willpower DC 5 to evict the demon.
4, 5, 6, 7. So I take 2 wounds.
Oh, so it's DN too because it is AP -1 to
Yep.
Folks power.
true.
Power to hold on to the power. Yes.
That's true.
Now we're talking demonic possession,
Which is DC 5.
and it's not going to go so well for this guy. And honestly, I would rather him stay demonically possessed, so I'm not going to re-roll it.
Yeah, he's possessed forever
That
now.
would've been bad. Oh boy, that's. But I do have -1 wounds dice roll now. But it's his turn. He's gonna maintain the horrifying power of mind control. Sorry, puppet master, and now he is also going.
Do we want to interrupt? We do have a glory.
Yeah. Why don't you use it, Lycus?
What is this wee business, Lycus?
I'm happy to
This
interrupt
isn't
and
like this
interrupt
is
an
Pondo.
attack.
It's up to you, James. Just whatever you want to do.
All right. Well, I'll interrupt then, and I'll take an aim shot at him again as well. Then
Oh boy. Gonna make me use all this ruin that I've painstakingly accumulated.
God another fucking complication.
Stop that.
Amazing.
All right, it's already that was a 4.
Inconvenient target.
What can there be inconvenience at this point?
The ladder that leads to the next area, which is quite tall and long, gets shot and explodes into dust as well, leaving you with no way to continue deeper into the Gene Stealer hive without some quick thinking and
10 damage, no penetration. That wouldn't even hurt him, will it?
then that will hit
Sorry, I need 2 more dice for my sniper trait. Sorry. So
very well.
no, still no damage.
Okay, then nothing will happen because he's demonic and he just soaks it. It breaks off his other horn in the process, though, as his arms start going his fingers are...
Why don't you use your shuriken pistol? That has actually a chance of pinning.
Yeah, but the long rifle gets 3 ED when I'm aiming with it. So
Okay.
I get, yeah. Really need Kalrak to use that crack missile.
Well, if someone wasn't being marionetted like a little bitch.
So this thing says...
Trying not to.
This thing says, "Now, Lycus Centauro shall serve us, for he is known to servants of the Dark Inquisition. You will all die here, for now, what is in your mind will become your reality." And I'm going to use Terrify. So I need to hit a 7, and
They
because
say that, and Antipho starts wondering if sandwiches will start appearing.
now, since I'm a demon, I'm just going to completely use 100% unbound. Now, I can't go back from this, but I'm rolling 3 wrath die now. For psyker powers. Yep. Gonna go ahead and roll on them there. Perils of the Warp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got what I needed. My peril roll, James,
I'll get the chart up.
is 21.
It's gonna be nothing exciting. Give me a sec.
Disintegrated.
Can we pull from the deck
No
again?
disintegrations.
The deck seems to have more better stuff.
No, fuck you. You can't use the deck. That's my deck. Keep your hands off my deck.
Sorry. 21 is Whispers in the Dark. All light sources within 25 meters of the psychic grow dim and shadows pull thickly. Sinister whispers can be heard stirring in the dark, and all sentient creatures within range must make a successful corruption test, DC 3. Any who fail the corruption test are vulnerable. It's a corruption test, DC 3. Any who fail are vulnerable for 1 round, not to gain corruption.
Yes, understood.
Become vulnerable. Yeah.
Okay, let's all make our rolls then. So
includes the
the lights,
Stealers.
which were off, now come back on, but very weakly, and you hear like whispers in the dark, hear noises.
That's resolve, right?
Spookiness. Yes.
Of fucking course.
Oh, I passed. For once.
Fail.
No.
We got to test with the Gene Stealers too.
Yep, I am indeed testing for Gene Stealers. I just gotta look them up. I have resolve, and they need.
Do we gain corruption if we fail this?
No,
No, you become vulnerable too.
1. Sorry, what do you need? 5 or 3?
3.
Number 2 fails. 3 passes. Okay, so I'm gonna mark one of them that has failed and is less vulnerable.
So vulnerable 2 means that you reduce your defense by that amount for 1 round.
Did anybody else fail?
Yep.
Yep, I did.
Whispers in the dark. This psyker shit is not going well for you. Meanwhile, back at Terrify, which successfully passed despite the perils. So I succeeded. I can't do any of the other stuff though because I don't have enough to activate it. Are you all within 10 meters? Yes, you are. All of you must now make a fear test, including the Gene Stealers. difficulty is 5.
Am I
Failure
included?
means you can no longer act, or whatever it takes to overcome a fear test.
And
What I
this
just said is probably wrong. Fear test has its own thing.
Do I need to roll?
Yes, you do. You're no, you're an ally, so you're good. You're on my team now.
and what is this?
It is a fear test, so it's conviction, right?
Is it fear or terror?
It's a fear test from Terrify.
Okay.
So conviction. And what's our DN?
5.
Fail barely. But again, an exalt.
No, I failed too because this game hates me and I hate it.
So it's +1 DN to any action against the cause of fear.
Success.
So if you get an exalt on the wrath die, doesn't that make it like 1 easier?
No, that's in a corruption test.
Oh.
There's no impact of wrath dice on fear tests.
So these two that are no longer moving are feared, and are gonna have trouble handling ya boy, Mr. Gene Stealer. That is his whole turn. I pass to you all now.
So I think it's just Kalrak and Lycus to go.
Kalrak, like a
I can
yes,
wait for
because you
Lycus to
interrupted.
go.
Yep. So Kalrak should almost certainly go first, right?
No, I'm
No? Okay.
waiting for Lycus to go first so I can react to whatever he does.
Very well. Let me think. What would be, Lycus, let's put our heads together. What would be the most optimal combination of actions to murder your friends? Can you heavy flamer them at close range here?
Nope.
Nope.
Can you switch to chain axe and try to stab one of them to death with some chain axe action?
I could attempt, but
I
would that be
feel-
a multi-action, or would that just use my movement?
It'd be moved to draw, and
yes.
then you could draw and attack. You have to drop
okay.
the heavy flamer though as part of
Your
that, because
order
effectively you
is-
can't stow and then draw.
Your order is drop the heavy flamer and attack Eshairr. This is the one that keeps shooting Big Papa.
Okay.
Be clear, that's attack Eshairr with a chain axe, not punch her in the
Yep,
face.
that's fine. That's
Okay.
the preferable one.
So my defense is 6 currently.
Wow, what the fuck? Maybe in the
Yep.
weenies or something?
I get because my archetype ability makes me harder to hit when I'm in poor lighting as well.
So I need to get a 7.
Oh wow, this psyker power really worked out for you. Man, perils of being a huge dick to everybody, apparently.
So it's 6. Is that including the -1 I have for shock?
No, that's
Okay,
just-
so I need to get a 7.
I believe in you.
5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got it barely.
Please roll for damage. All those other wonderful qualities that it has.
Penetration doesn't matter because she has a
Well.
thing, and it's 1 extra point, so 13 points of damage.
The share as
Okay.
you are calmly taking an aimed rifle shot, Lycus whips out a chain axe and slashes at you, and you're like, ugh!
So that would take me below 0. So I'm going to play Eldari Lament. So
Fucking
I
son
go
of a
back up to full shock.
Why it was the
And
preferable
on-
one that you attack her and not.
I'm on 3 wounds and full shock.
1d3 wounds, all, and you get a glory. Okay, very well.
Yeah.
Tell me what this looks like as you pull yourself back up off the ground. Do you weep openly?
No,
No,
I mean,
Lycus! You were the chosen one!
I didn't actually take any wounds effectively because I was on 3. I'm still on 3 now. So I'd probably say that that it's a last minute preternatural shift out of the way completely. Just I'm suddenly not there, or just Eldari speed.
But what sadness, what lamenting do you do? Lament for me.
I mean, for me, it's the need to kill this Saiga before my friend is corrupted too far.
I lament that I'm not able to kill you at this very moment.
On my turn, these guys are going to split up and do different stuff. The guys who aren't afraid of the Psyker are going to go try to kill the Psyker. And the guys who are afraid of the Psyker are going to try to post up against you guys. Thanks. Go ahead and take that scout because he's also been shooting. Okay, so let's split this up. They are.
God hasn't been shooting. He's been trying to axe sword
shot
me.
anybody.
You're right. They should be going up against Antipho. All right. So they are gonna attack their friend. They have 9. Just not enough of them anymore to do anything special. Actually, they're all independent because they're not a mob. Nine. Twice. Ooh, no! No! Curse you, myself! Curse you!
That's a lot of die. That's a
That
lot of
is-
exalt and a rat die, man.
Jesus, no!
That's some good stuff.
Okay, they need to overcome a defensive 5.
Oh, they don't
and,
get the crit, but
They
They're
do.
not a mob, are they?
They're
They do.
not a
They're not a
mob.
mob.
They absolutely get the crits. So they have 2
Oh.
upshifts and a crit. So let's see what they can do with that. Visceral blow, mortal wound, and then a +1 mortal wound, and target falls prone. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna upshift for that severity. Oh no, sorry, you have to do that with a whatchamacallin, which I can't do. A glory, right? Yeah, I can't spend glory to do that. So instead, I'm adding 2 more dice. So it's a
You
mortal.
can spin a ruin.
I'm not gonna spend a ruin to do that to myself. Get fucked.
weren't you going to? So you're all about turning into
from
severity.
their point of view, if all it would take is upshifts, I would absolutely do it. All right, so mortal wound
Fair enough.
brings me to 3 wounds just starting off. Then
12 plus 1 AD with pen 5.
oh shit! As a gene stealer, I can attempt to soak mortal wounds. So let me do that first.
Hold on a sec. Who's soaking mortal wounds?
Technically, oh, that's right. He's a demon now, so he doesn't get that
Yeah.
ability anymore.
And he's not. He wasn't. Yeah, that's something that pure strain gene stealers get, not the magi.
All the other pure strain gene stealers get it, but yeah, these guys are all pure strain. Okay, so I get 3 damage dice.
So wait, these guys are pure gene stealers?
Yes,
Those 4 are, yeah.
or 13.
Pen
AP
5.
minus
Imagine without the model.
1. What does
It's got
penetrating take?
So if you shift any dice of damage, it increases the penetration by 4. That's why it's
Okay.
pen 5.
All right, so AP minus 5 means that he's got 5 armor versus 13. That's 8 damage. He's gonna try to soak, of course. Wounds is not in this guy's forte. Or soak is not bad, but it's also not good.
You got one last ruin to take.
I am gonna not spend it.
Okay.
So you need a willpower roll, difficulty 4 to maintain the sustained power.
Yeah, and I'm heavily damaged.
Does that make it difficult? More difficult?
Oh yeah, it does. Makes it put up to difficulty 6.
You are no longer mind controlled. But Kalrak won't know that on his turn. Because you
Well,
already,
just have Lycus have his turn first.
Lycus just took his turn, right?
I just took my
Oh, yeah,
turn.
sorry, turn. Okay, that's right. Yeah, take me. Sorry.
So he still has every reason to believe that Lycus is evil Lycus, which is basically just normal Lycus. All right, well that went very poorly for
Not possessed.
this possessed gene stealer, because these guys hit fucking hard. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9.
Isn't there a roll to lose the possession?
Yes, He lost it.
He lost it. Yep. Not the
God.
possession. No, to lose the puppet master.
Yes, he did.
You can't roll like he's already failed once to lose possession. He's permanently possessed now.
Let's see here. This is 5, which is enough to hit, and a wrath. His critical is unspeakable carnage. Target gets 1d3 plus 1 mortal wounds. That's it. This guy's dead.
Oh, is that against the same guy?
Yeah, the Gene Stealer set upon this horrifying Gene Stealer demon psyker combination, and they rip him to fucking pieces. Speaking of ripping to pieces, Antipho.
Yay!
Let's talk about you
and
and
get
how you...
horribly murdered here.
Yeah, not so good for you.
I have a defense of 3.
Hit, but no ups.
I don't think you need it.
Plus 1 ED. Well, I'd like to get the penetrating activated, which I don't. So it's 12 minus 1 AP.
Okay, so that 3 gets through. So I'm going to try and soak that.
Very well.
Is it 1 AP minus 1 regardless?
Yeah.
Okay, so the penetrating will just add to the...
4, yes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's a great roll. It's absolutely dominating. You soak everything.
So you
so
take
This is why their adversaries at tier 1. So at tier 2, sorry.
You take 4
They're adversaries?
shock.
Yeah, pure strains are adversaries at tier 2.
And there's
shock.
4 of them?
Yeah.
That, man, jeez. Is adversary worse than an elite?
Yeah, the adversaries are top. But technically speaking, we are tier 3. We're pretty close to 300 XP, which means that they would be elites.
Hey, rolled a fumble. Can I, like, give you guys a glory instead? What's the...
Nope.
Oh, I have to draw combat complication against myself. That's what it is. Okay, what's your defense, Antipho? 4?
3.
3? Okay, so I do hit. But I also am restrained. Fucking Jesus. Wow. Alright, so this guy slams down his arms around you using that forearm thing, but one of his legs falls in a hole in the floor and he gets crab stuck in there, you know, like he can't get back. Ah! Okay, so I'm rolling 1 because I don't have an upshift, which is, again, super unfortunate. That's 14 damage, AP minus 1.
It's a hole in the floor from one of those sniper rounds that bounced off the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you can attempt to soak, but you'll just fall unconscious.
Well, I still have shock.
You can soak, but then choose not to take all
my
of them.
sheet isn't right. My shock is 7, not 5.
Oh,
You
okay.
can take the shock down to 6 then, and take the rest as wounds.
Okay, so that would only give me 2 dice to soak, right?
No, you roll your full soak. You
roll your
choose
full
how many
soak,
you... Yeah.
You just at most can only soak up 2.
Okay, and how much damage is it?
You're taking 14 AP minus 1.
14 minus 1. Jesus Christ. So,
So
that
it's
would,
five, so it's
that would
5
give me
damage.
5, so I can try and limit it to 3.
I don't want to... Didn't somebody deal 18 points of damage recently?
Okay, so
I
that
don't
would
wanna
give
hear
me
it
the
from you
option of
guys.
soaking.
I think you did to
Or-
You can
yourself.
soak 4.
To give you
But I have to
5 shock.
maintain. I have to maintain 1 shock, right?
Yes.
So I'll soak 2, which will bring me to 6 shock. My shock is 7, so that leaves me with 1 left. So that would give me 3 points of damage.
Sorry,
So
so
you're only
you're
lightly wounded.
6 to 7 shock, and you're how much of your wounds?
I am at 4 of 7.
Okay, so you have minus 3 to hit.
Here, I'll
Minus
write it
2.
down.
Isn't there 1 for the shock and then 2 for being heavily damaged?
No, he's not heavy damage. He's at 4 of 7. He's not below half yet.
4 of 7 is below half.
I thought he meant like he's got 4 remaining of 7.
Yeah,
Was
I
that
have
right?
4 remaining of 7.
Yeah.
Then it's 2 then, yes. That covers all of those bad guys, so the last person to act is Kalrak.
I'm gonna try and disarm our still, as far as we know, possessed
Correct?
former comrade here. So
Do it.
I'd love for
Oh,
him
I
to
sure
just be
fucking
like,
am.
no, I'm not possessed anymore. And you're like, I don't believe you.
That's exactly what a possessed person would say.
Exactly.
So it was the extra thing was on the damage, right, James?
Wait.
What?
I feel like there should be some sort of roll to realize that the Psyker is dead.
Yeah,
Well, this is all happening simultaneously, right?
Kind of, but I really feel like I should be giving you a chance. It does feel kind of unfair to make you rip Lycus's weapon out of his hand. Can you make some sort of...
I mean, I still might just punch him in the face just for the fact that he's attacked us. I'm
just
pissed
make
off,
an instantaneous awareness check.
Okay.
You figure out he's not possessed. I punch him.
I punch him for being an asshole. What kind of asshole gets possessed? What was the difficulty?
3.
3? Okay, that's still
The kind of asshole who gets hit with a difficulty 8 possession.
Well, you know.
I said I fireball the room.
Yeah, that's
you should get another die in there.
I said I point fireball at myself.
You have 7, right?
In the middle of the room.
Yeah, I do. I was setting up for a weapon thing. It doesn't matter. I mean, I got 3.
Yeah,
I got 4.
You notice that Lycus is shaking his head like, oh no, I'm not possessed anymore. In a way that doesn't seem like, oh, I'm gonna pretend I'm not possessed. You know,
Do you still punch him is the question.
No, I'll save the punch for after the battle. I'll be like, wow, that was a bam! We'll save that. Just, you're gonna get hit in the face later. But
Can you move action bitch slap?
I mean, to be fair, I guess to take AP side, I did realize something was wrong with Lycus. I could see it in his eyes. So if I'm still fighting him, I could probably see that light go out, whatever the fuck it was.
correct.
I'm still going to hit him later, but I will now turn.
I understand.
Yeah, no.
Hittings will be had.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were still an asshole. So I'm going to engage these guys who are beating up Antipho. I'm just going to about face, and then let's see if it's still 7, right? Yeah, 7. I keep trying to set up for ballistic skill if I'm not used to attacking him. Whatever the thing. Can I have all my dice, please? Thank you. On the roll. This is a wow, that's not terrible. 1, 2, 3.
You got a 6 on the rat die.
Yeah, I did. So may I please have 2 cards?
We've been getting that thing a lot lately.
We have gotten more crits tonight than we have gotten in
Than the
probably
entire
4
campaign.
or 5 episodes put together.
I'd say the entire campaign.
I like using Angel of Death. I got headshot, so it's what 1d3 and staggered, and then target suffers 1d3 plus 1 mortal wounds and is knocked prone. I think I'm gonna go with the murderous onslaught. So I need to roll a d3 plus 1 mortal wounds.
It has a chance to suck those up since it's
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it's a gene stealer. All right, it takes 1, so it takes 2 mortal wounds.
It also
And
gets a +1 wound.
Well, it's just, yeah, it's
Yeah,
one,
it's just saying
1d3
it's
plus 1, so it's 2 mortal wounds and it's knocked prone. Yeah, is that what I said? And it's knocked prone. Yes.
Yep, let's
Well,
just make
it
sure
says,
it's not
it
dead.
says effect
Well, that's
1d3 plus 1 mortal wounds and then severity plus 1 wound.
Severity means you got to spend a glory or whatever to.
I'm not going to do that. We'll just see
no,
if
it's
it's.
one
We'll see if
wound.
it's.
All right, sorry. So, how many mortal wounds have you dealt this thing?
I have to roll the rest of my ED. Sorry. See
Well,
if-
no,
2
but
mortal
just-
wounds so
just
far.
this,
well, it's 2 mortal wounds.
Okay.
If it's if it's already dead, then it's irrelevant.
Yes.
No, they
Definitely
got
not
8
dead.
wounds.
I just have to roll to soak it.
Okay.
Blah, 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 blah.
And then
I
got
think I have
no
to spend
ED.
ruin to soak this now.
You have to spend ruin to every time you want to soak. You got to spend ruin, even with the other guy.
Actually, it's a
okay.
4.
Well, then I have no
Yeah.
ruin.
Wait, that's a 4
Oh,
actually.
you haven't been doing that?
I did do it once, and then I didn't do it the next
I think
Alright,
your demon is
so-
automatic, isn't it?
No,
Alright.
they still got to spend. You've always got to spend ruin
Oh.
to soak.
Alright.
Okay, so I don't have any ruin to spend, so I just take 2
So-
more wounds.
We've been
Yeah.
doing that wrong.
2 mortal wounds and then 12 damage.
Okay.
Because I forgot that I brutal summoned it.
AP anything?
No.
Okay, then it's only 2 more damage. That brings him to above half. He's at half.
Okay.
So he's -1.
Question: if it's a flamethrower, do I have to pick 5 targets or?
You'd have to pick it back up again to start with.
Well, yeah, that's no problem.
I like how you don't think it's going to be a problem. The round restarts. It is your guys' side. Lycus, you might want to explain what's going on from your point of view.
I don't know if he 100% knows because he kind of just popped up. Suddenly there was a guy that
No,
became a
you
demon.
remember everything that happened while you're being
Oh,
puppeted.
okay. Yeah, suddenly pops up. The demon possessed the psyker, and it was just a whole big deal.
Wow,
now
that
again
explains
with
a lot.
my question.
That explains everything.
Do I have to pick the 5th target for the flamer, or can I just pick the 4?
You can
That's
pick
a
the
range
4.
thing, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a maximum number of targets with a blast.
Okay.
yeah. It's like you can fire a rocket launcher at one dude. It'll hit, but it'll hit multiple if they're there.
And do I need to angle it in a way that I get all 4 of them in hit?
No, not with a large blast.
Okay. Because I'd like to pick the... Drop the axe, pick the flamer back up. I guess... I don't know if I need to shimmy
The
over
two in
something.
front of melee combat though, so I'd say like it's up to after it's me.
Oh,
I'd say if you rolled a combat complication on including the 2 in front, it would probably hit one of the people in the front as well.
If you hit him with a flamer, you're getting 2
Yes.
punches.
I'll say yes.
Hit me with a flamer, I'll probably die.
Yeah, Sid, do you want to go? Then we spend a glory to interrupt, and I just flame the rest.
Hey, Eshairr, you ever seen a motherfucker
get
hit a
out of the
motherfucker
way.
with another motherfucker? Because if he if he kills Antipho, I'm gonna beat him to death with Antipho's charred corpse.
Because these things
Then
do
I
a lot
actually
of damage.
partially wish I do die just so I could see that happen.
It's okay. If you don't do it, there's a chance he's gonna get fucked up because they just do a ton of damage. If you fuck up, he's gonna get fucked up because he has a very low HP or whatever. So there's a chance either way that he's going to get messed up. So it's just
Are you okay with this, Sid?
Well, me go, you interrupt, and then flame the shit
Well,
out of
if
everyone.
you go, you get out of the way,
we can do that.
and then we can interrupt, and then I go burn everything.
See, I have to disengage, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Yes.
You're in real deep.
And then hope the flamer kills these things.
Go hide in a cage that can't get to you. It's like a shirt cage. Oh, that would have been a great way to kill.
Hide in the giant's metal cage.
Would have been a
with
great
the
way
arc pistol.
to kill the psyker is just beat him to death with one of those gibbets. It's like a garbage can, just on the head.
Let's see.
Alright.
So I'm only at risk of getting hit if he rolls a combat complication, right?
Yeah, I think.
Still 1 in 6 chance of that happening.
And also
Yeah,
keep in mind,
good.
this is Pondo rolling.
Yeah, screw it. Let's. How about
Pondo
I
rolling against Sid. It's like tempting the ultimate fate.
The
How about
unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
How about I shoot the wounded one, you interrupt, and then flame everyone? How's that sound?
Sure.
Because these things are nasty.
Now, when he says everyone,
I mean all of the.
He doesn't
enemy
mean
guys,
us.
Not everyone.
I mean, I could just flame all of us in a circle and just put us out of our miseries if you went that route.
I'd actually probably survive.
You and Eshairr would probably survive. Well, actually, Eshairr might.
I don't think I've taken any damage.
I would survive as well, but
I just want to let everybody
No, you
know.
wouldn't, because I would kill you.
I've got like 2 paragraphs of Psyker dialogue that he's gonna reveal evil plans. He was gonna be like, you haven't found the Magos yet. I'll block your path, shit like that. It's all gone now. 'Cause
Well,
he was a fucking demon.
You knew better because you wrote something for the character, so he was fated to die just in a bullshit way. That's how that works.
Let's make this roll, Antipho.
All right, so I'm shooting the wounded one, taking the aim. Now, do I get any negatives for my wounds?
Yes.
You're -2.
You have to reroll the arc pistol unless you didn't salvo again.
Well, it's +2 DN. Sorry, not -2. It's +2 DN.
I didn't salvo. I don't
Oh, okay.
salvo with the arc pistol.
I don't even know if the arc pistol can salvo, can it?
It
Yeah, it
can.
has a salvo of
Okay.
1.
Oh, okay.
I said there's no point to it.
So your 2-hit defense is 7.
Okay. 1, 2,
Jesus
3, 4, 5, 6.
It's because he's got +2 for his wounds.
Yeah, there are 5 normally.
Oh, that's right. That almost was a 1 on the rat die.
You shut
2,
your mouth. Just
3, 4,
don't even
5,
don't even
Damn it.
acknowledge it.
All right, I'm gonna burn my last wrath to reroll.
Yes. That card of Pondo's.
Oh, that's right,
worked
it's
out
7.
For all of you, giving you some extra wrath. Straight up bullshit. Also,
Well, it kind of bite us in the ass. In the
Well, we've been
game,
giving
so-
you ruin all night with all these 6s on the wrath die too. To be fair,
There we go. That'll let me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I can't tap shift, but it's enough to hit at least.
okay. Roll for ED.
Nope. So that would be 14 damage.
Minus 1 AP.
minus 1.
And you're shooting the damage one.
Yeah.
Hit.
I guess they're both damaged. at
What
this
you
point.
get?
Okay, then we're spending the glory to interrupt.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Picking up the flame. Well,
Now, don't
dropping the
kill
chain
me.
axe. Picking up the flamer. And burning fools.
Don't
The
kill me.
3 gene stealers.
They're not
Don't
close
you-
enough that you can burn all of them.
It's large blast on a heavy flamer.
Does it have a range?
It says up to 5 targets, but it's usually within. It's sort of.
Okay, I'll buy that. Defense is 5. I believe you have some negatives.
I'm not wounded, so I only have the -1.
For shock,
so-
yeah. So you need 6.
I'll salvo.
Ow, coward.
Is that really a coward's move?
Yeah.
So 9.
I don't think cowards pick up flamethrowers to begin with. They don't have a great record.
Wow. Wow.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm.
5.
Mm-mm.
5. Shit.
He's one short, even with the salvo. There's no glory, there's no wrath, there's nothing. You go to fire this thing, and all of them manage to dodge out of the way of the nozzle of flame.
Well, I'm going to die.
Lycus, you're just so slow here.
Fine. It's not.
These gene stealers in the back are going to charge. And they're gonna
If they're not a mob, technically they can only go one at a time.
I will buy that. Then the one,
Did do that last time.
James with the technically correct.
the one that's fighting Antipho is gonna fight Antipho.
Gooding. I'm looking forward to that.
Good, you should be.
Yeah, I can't like look out, sir. So you're fucked.
Oh, he's restrained. Oh, that was the other one. That's the one that died. Yep. That'll do it. What's your defense?
Mine?
Yes.
It'd be great if we could get glory for them getting the crit.
No get fucked.
What, did you crit the shit out of me again?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would like to know what your defense is.
I said I thought I must have had my mic muted.
Didn't get picked up.
3.
3? Okay, excellent. I'm gonna upshift twice for damage.
Yay!
And you take 1d3 wounds and are hindered. So let's see here. You're gonna
This
take.
might just outright kill me.
1.
I mean, is that in your will? Do I have power of attorney? I'm like, well, he wanted the Emperor's mercy, so I'm just... It's not how he wanted to die. He wanted to die by death by sandwich, but this is a
Yeah,
alternative.
this is
He
gonna
did
be
want to die by death by
pretty
sandwich.
bad. Okay, so with the wound from the card, you're gonna end up taking 16 AP minus 5.
AP minus 5?
Yep.
So that's 10
Holy
wounds after
shit.
the fact.
So that's
So
You'll go down to 0.
yeah,
You're super,
you're out regardless. Even whether you soak or
you're
not, you're out.
super
Nothing I
hyper
can do.
dead.
nothing I can do. That's just like bisected.
You do need to make a defiance check. The question is,
On-
do you
on
make
his
it?
on his action each turn.
Okay. Get there. That's page 228, Sid, if you have the rulebook open. Yeah,
This
this
is
guy,
D6 every turn.
this guy basically rips Antipho apart, just like shredding his carapace armor. His teeth are gnashing on Antipho's neck. It's like a super weird hickey. It's trying to with its tongue down into his mouth.
Now you're just making it weird.
I mean,
You're just giving him
I'm
fan
trying
fiction
to. What is it called? Ovipositor.
Overposturing.
Yeah, I'm trying to make Sid into a sweet new Gene Stealer host. So yeah,
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, Sid. These things kill Terminators.
No, I'm just reading up on defiance checks here.
Look, I've seen the Terminator movies. Killing a Terminator.
I know
isn't
how
that hard.
Warhammer
Not
40K goes. so
not those Terminators.
no, Warhammer 40K is a little bit different. So I'm not nearly as attached to Antipho as I would be to a character in another.
It's been 21 episodes. Are you kidding me? How are you not attached by now? You've put 80 hours
because
into these.
Antipho doesn't really have much of a personality aside from the constant need to feed. So,
Wow. Wow. Listen, as a GM, I feel like I've failed you extremely deeply, but also that you failed me. It is now your team's turn.
Well, you can get in line behind my parents for that one.
What you want to do?
I'm gonna try and.
I'd suggest going after one that hasn't acted, but
Yeah, you want to use your missile launcher?
Who doesn't use a missile launchers in enclosed spaces? That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, smart people don't, because backlash is the thing.
could either crag one or you can try to attempt to get both with a frag.
The frag's not gonna do much, I don't think.
They've got 10 armor and 8 wounds. So
Yeah, frag's
Alternatively,
gonna
just
do.
take
Frag
the
is
arc-
really like frag is like, oh, cultists or peasants, not gene stealers.
You could
So
just take the arc pistol from my hip and then use that.
take it from Antipho's dead cold hands.
That could work too.
what are you taking from my dead?
Your arc
friends?
pistol.
Nothing yet.
Well, Lycus already has an arc pistol.
I would say because I should have gave him mine. You should have gave him mine
I'm
because I
trying
had
to,
the heavy flamer.
trying to look up my.
Well, if Kalrak wants to grab my weapon, I don't fucking care. Yeah.
So crack missile 16 plus 3 AP2. They've got what? How much armor?
10.
10.
They have 3 armor, but to resilience 10.
Jesus Christ. I mean, it's still. I mean, if I got all the thing, it'd be what? 3 damage. 6, 3 or 6, 9, whatever. I really don't want to drop my chainsword.
Well,
Is the
it's
thing.
16-3,
Well, yeah, 16-3. I can't.
so they would take 6 damage
Yeah.
plus
AP2.
whatever you get on the extra die.
Yeah.
And with AP3, it would probably kill it dead.
I mean, it's AP2.
Or AP2, still.
Nah.
We come into a decision.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. I don't know what it is, but I'm glad
I'm gonna fire a missile.
you know what you're doing. Who are you shooting?
I'm going to shoot at this guy. Why is it not lining up? That guy. Close enough.
This one right here?
Yes.
Yes. Very well. You have to do it from directly above, apparently. It's really...
Yeah, it's real. 10 dice. Still got all my wrath. Of fucking course. This is the 5th time I've done this tonight.
Combat complication.
I'm just
Shebang.
gonna fucking reroll
Weapon stuck. No.
character.
So you've hit, though. You've actually hit with a shift, maybe. Yeah, you've hit with a shift.
Weapon stuck. Jesus. Okay, this deck really sucks.
No.
Out of ammo! The owner must spend 1 action reloading it. Lose a reload.
I mean, it's a missile launcher, so I have to reload it anyway. It's not magazine fed.
Very well. Weapon malfunction. You might have to make a tech test to repair it, so it will fire again.
Been an act.
But you have hit.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yes, but what about second breakfast?
You can upshift.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna upshift for damage.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna roll what 3d. Yeah. Let's see.
Show me your power. What's your AP?
AP2.
Okay, so I'm looking at
Nice,
defense,
+4 there.
resilience 8.
Yeah.
What's the
So
total
that's-
damage?
6 to 8.
What's the base on the missile?
16.
So 20 damage.
Okay, 20. Sorry. No.
This guy just evaporates. You hit him with the crack missile, it goes off inside his body, and there's green and purple fluid everywhere.
Tasty.
But when you turn to look at the weapon, you can see that there's some sort of something stuck in the tube.
Oh, wonderful.
You fired your 1000th missile. Now it's time for
Yes,
the
barrel
service.
change.
A fin of the missile like got stuck in the tube. Now you got to get in there and jimmy it out. It's that Munitorum, with that low quality,
Fucking useless.
no
I'm gonna
bid
throttle
military
that.
contract.
I'm gonna throttle that.
When you say that, he's
Armory,
like,
sir.
I'm on the line, sir.
I know.
Well, you actually, I think, got that rocket launcher from Ratling, so it's
Yeah.
time to.
Oh, wait.
I got the
went
rocket
down,
launcher, but not the ammunition. The ammunition's what failed me.
As I went down, did I adequately scream dyingly into the Vox?
I don't think so. I think you just.
Ah.
I just
Oh, I'm
realized
sorry,
that Lycus being possessed by a demon has been broadcast live to our handlers.
Did any of us ever? Did any of us yell at it? Well, I guess
no
they
one
would have
has
heard.
said anything about it.
No, I said if we kill the Psyker, that should end the control.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't mean. Yeah.
And he gave that piss poor explanation when he came around as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to rat him out anyway. It's fine.
We might need to make a
it's-
corruption test after the battle for this psycho power shit, but
Not well. It's not even ratting him out. It's just my my duty to the Imperium goes before my duty to my loyalty to Lycus. Yeah, that's that'll be my
you're
turn.
gonna charge Kalrak by
That's
your boy,
fine.
Mr. Gene Stealer. So he's got 2 extra dice on this. He's looking at 11 dice.
Defense 2.
Wow, you were gonna get upshifted to fuck. I guess you can only upshift once. No wait, I have plenty
fine.
of extra.
I hate this game system too. It's feelings mutual. What?
I got
probably.
3.
Very swingy.
I got 3 successes and 3 upshifts. Correct? Yes. Okay, so 4 ED.
So relate to the party. Remember, you get 2 bonus dice for Gene Stealers when you charge.
Yes.
Cool.
That's why he has 11 instead of 9. Oh boy. All right. So you take 13 AP minus 5.
Alright, so I've got 10 resilience. Fucking AP 5. Goddamn gene stupid bullshit.
So it'd be 7 wounds after the fact because you don't resilience. I can only lose the 4 as a maximum.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are we fighting gene stealers? So that's.
Who else is going to fight them?
I mean, I don't know. Terminators, maybe?
I don't even know if Terminators could take these guys in this system.
No, Terminators can get slaughtered by a dude with a las pistol if they fucking do it right.
Listen, dozens of people with knives are unable to damage you guys. This system is not perfect, but there is...
I mean, there's a difference between a child with a knife and then something that can kill Terminators. There's a different, I mean, that's why I don't like the system.
It is true that most things that have high penetration also have high damage.
Yes.
So either it doesn't get through, or it gets through and deals so much damage it kills you in one shot.
There's got to be something in between nothing
a mechanism
and
of the system.
Nothing and everything. No.
Well, it would need weapons that have high pen and low damage, or high damage and low pen. That's really where it comes down to.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, most weapons that do high damage have.
I guess I'm just gonna soak. What 4?
It's a very swingy.
You got to roll to soak. You got to roll to soak in regardless. To see how
Yeah.
many you get.
No.
swingy system. Kind
Just taking what, 7
As a
wounds?
person who's currently dying, I can state authoritatively that I feel that the damage system in this game is not exactly what one would call optimal.
No, it's not. There's
Okay,
a reason
so
why,
you just-
like, you can go and look up all the threads where people have abandoned it for that reason.
So you can take a total of 3, which would take you down to 4 wounds to liver, which leaves you still lightly wounded,
Yeah,
and 4 shock.
yeah, I'll do
So
that.
you'd be on +2. You'd be on +2 depending number for all actions.
Now, has everyone acted this round? You so.
No.
Yeah.
I have to-
No,
I have to
because
You
roll
acted
my,
first.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I haven't
first.
acted this round yet.
There
Oh,
it is.
I thought we got onto the new round. Sorry.
No, we're not in a new round yet.
How many was it, James? Sorry, I didn't.
So you've taken a total of 4 wounds and 4 shock.
Okay. Let's see. I'll get 8.
Eshairr, things are happening.
Nasty
You've
buggers, aren't
you've
they?
been chain axed. Lycus is shooting beside you now. It's hard to tell. Psyker's dead. A lot has happened since the last time you've acted.
I'll drop my rifle, draw my pistol and chainsword, and shoot full auto at the Gene Stealer in front of Antipho's body.
Okay. Are you
Your
crawling
pistol?
over Antipho's body to shoot at him?
No, I'm just shooting.
Okay.
I don't need to crawl over his body to shoot him. It's a 1. So what about here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 2 upshifts.
Hmm.
So that is 13, pen 3.
That is a problem. That is gonna bring me to 7 resilience, 6 damage. I have
So
8
it's heavily
wounds, so
wounded.
I'm heavily wounded. Not having ruin really sucks.
Apparently, you
Boy,
would have ran out of ruin a long time ago with all your
did
soaking.
Well, look, I did spend it at the start, but then I got the demonic thing, and I thought it went differently. I soaked
That's
some
all right.
demonic runes. Look, friend.
It's okay. We're having a fun time
You
here.
got anything else going on? Are you? Listen, I'm glad if you're having a fun time, but everyone sounds like they're in mortal
It's-
peril and dying.
Well, I mean, I'm
having
fine. We just got it's been a series of weird happenstance so far. This and it all
has
started
indeed.
with a bad use of a card.
Yeah, but it was all no,
No,
it actually
listen,
started
let me
with
tell you
us
something.
throwing so well on the dice and giving Arthur this giant mound of ruin.
Yeah,
And then the dude getting demonetized.
It was a great roll. Listen,
and I learned for the future, just bin the stupid Perils of the Warp card.
that will conclude this round. You all get to act first at the beginning of the next round.
I'll go.
Yeah, I suggest so.
Do I bother reloading?
That'll take your action, right?
It would take an action, but I could still shoot at a +2.
Well, you have
Maybe
to,
at a plus-
figure out which multi-action you're going to take before you take that.
But if you're not moving, you can reload his move action, then shoot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I might do that. I don't know if I'm going to salvo again, though. Do I salvo again?
I mean,
Well, you
it's
salvoed
weird.
last
Go
time and
for
it
it.
did nothing. So not salvoing will probably do nothing. Salvoing
I'll
might do
salvo
nothing.
again. Why not? I feel I'm very Antipho
Channel
right now.
your
and-
internal Antipho.
yeah.
Do it.
You scream out his name when you're
7. Yay! I got it.
Antipho.
1, 2. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't get an upshift, but that's fine. And I was going to hit the 2 Gene Stealers that are alive. I didn't get a 1 on the rat die. Thank goodness. It is AP minus 1, 12 damage,
Be a
and 2
bad way to
ED.
go.
Plus 2 ED, yeah.
So 3 damage so far.
2 more, so it's 5.
And this is the flamethrower?
Yep.
And one guy is 100% dead.
They also are on fire and will take wounds, I think, on their turn. Is that how that works? From the blaze?
Yeah, so they are on fire and will take. I remember the book reference is wrong.
I think you said D3 or something.
Yeah, I think it's D3 mortal wounds every turn. Just checking how you put it out. Yeah, so willpower test DN3 after you take the damage each round. Sorry, no, that's to be able to take an action. Sorry, then agility test DN3 to actually put it out.
See here. Let's see here. Okay, the Gene Stealer is going to switch targets to Antipho and attempt to slay him as he lays.
So it takes D3 mortal wounds first off.
Yes.
Then it needs to make a willpower test DN3.
It takes 2 mortal wounds, but it's still up.
I actually rolled it, but that's fine.
It also passes its test,
Okay, so it can take an action.
and it tries to lay a beat down on Antipho.
Does it being injured give it any difficulty at all?
On a willpower test, I believe not.
No.
Okay. Very well.
Get F's in chat for Antipho.
Fine, it just makes you roll a defiance check. But the Gene Stealers would want to make sure that at least one member goes down. That definitely hits, and I will upshift 1 for damage, which doesn't make a difference because you just make a defiance roll, please. It's a 1d6. The first one.
Pass.
You to fail 1 defiance check. You have a. Oh no, you didn't fail the defiance check.
No, I passed.
Yes,
I'm fine.
I'm just reading this.
No, I have it up right now.
So you didn't roll 6, so you don't pop back up. You're just stable.
Yeah.
Well, this thing
I'm
is
not
digging
stable, I
into
still have 2 more checks to
Antipho.
roll.
It's trying to get that, Antipho host thing going down, or at the very least, ensure his non-survival. Now, all of you get to act. And he's on
I already
fire.
act, so
And he's at 1 wound.
I already act. Someone else can go.
I mean, I only have the bolt pistol.
It's got 1 wound.
I mean, it's bolt pistol though.
Same sword.
It's on the ground.
Pick it up.
Okay.
Right? Nothing's stopping you from using your move action to pick it up and then
I'm
stab him.
gonna drop the missile launcher and pick it up. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. So, pick up the chainsword, and that's 7. Jesus. Well, no, it's 8. No, so... Actually, no, it's just 1 harder to hit him. So it is.
Correct. You're looking at a 6.
No, so- I swear to God, if I had rolled another 1 on the Wrath die, I was going to explode. Still. No.
Okay, Eshairr.
I will reload, then fire just a single shot at it.
Fucking son of a what the F.
That hits. And it's a critical hit as well.
And it's a headshot. 1d3 wounds and a staggered. He is dead.
3 wounds.
Yep.
Does Antipho need to make another defiance check?
No,
No,
he's
he's stable
stabilized
now.
on the first one.
You need a Medicaid check to bring him up.
No, you don't stabilize on the first one. You have to make 3 checks total.
No.
No.
You stabilize
As soon as
when
you make a check, you stop making checks. If you fail 3, you die. You keep making them until you make one.
I will attempt a Medicaid check.
Very well.
Everybody else look their wounds.
Don't forget your penalty for being shocked.
What's the number I need to hit?
Heavily wounded character is DN4.
You need a
Oh,
5.
pass 1 defiance check. Okay.
6, 7, 10. It's all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
So D3 shock back. Sorry, 1 wound or D3 shock.
You're going to want to give him the 1 wound, I would think.
I would say the 1
So-
wound.
You cradle Antipho in your arms moments before Kalrak slams a fist into your face.
Kalrak
Adept.
misses and hits Antipho instead.
It appears that we are not equipped to continue on with this venture. Currently, we have a ladderless climb to go through.
Was
Or
the
we
ladder
have
up
the-
or down?
Up.
It's down. Well, it was up.
How far?
Like 10 meters.
No, yeah, there's no way.
I have my grav shoot.
I was gonna say, does someone have a grapnel?
No, I don't have grab.
But we came down to get here though, so we went back up again. It must be something above ground where we came from. But we're not in a position to keep fighting anything further though.
I mean, even regardless, like we have no way to get up
Yeah.
because it's not just like the ladder was knocked. I mean, it's just the ladder like is
Making
in pieces.
grapnel.
At the moment, I think we have to somewhat cut our losses. Adept, do you have a location of our coordinates?
Yep.
If
Sorry,
you
he
can
wouldn't say
relay-
yep. He would.
What's directly above us?
It looks like some sort of cannery facility making foodstuffs. Imperial Guard rations.
I see.
Does this realization dawn on anybody else?
It's
the-
massive.
The same brand of rations
on
that
Antipho's been
Aspects
eating.
like?
None of those rations have to be beans and pork, or
It's mystery meat. It doesn't
No,
eat-
actually, we export everything from this particular factory to one of the other system planets, the Shrine World, actually.
there's some suspicion that this particular factory may be used as a process to spread the
Corruption.
gene of these cult members.
If you don't think you can go any further, Acolyte, might I suggest that you vacate the area? It sounds like our kill team is chasing the Patriarch. Once that mission is complete one way or another, we will destroy that section of the city and begin the process of recovering the rations with fire and sword.
That sounds lovely. We'll be on our way out.
Could I ask everybody to make a DN3 corruption test?
I keep forgetting. Is it resolve?
It's resolve.
Not conviction?
Is it conviction?
Thanks, conviction.
Yeah.
Nope.
it's, nope.
Is it resolve?
Thought it was resolved.
resolve.
Okay. Well then.
Fucking
Oh, no, sorry, it's
finally.
conviction. No, it's conviction. It's the higher of the two. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, mine's the same.
So
So
I roll an extra die. I succeed. I have 3.
I fail.
succeed with a 6 on the wrath, then.
You have one more conviction now. Did you go up to 5 yet?
Yeah. Wait, no.
No, I was just asking Antipho. I doubt it. I think
No, this is my first time. So I gain 1 point of corruption.
Yes.
Or how much?
Oh,
Okay, so
corruption.
no, this is my first point of corruption. So
no,
This is
your
like your
sheet says
second.
that you already have 3.
wait, what?
Yeah, your sheet says 3. Right
Oh,
here.
I'm looking at the other one. So
What,
yeah,
what was the trigger, by the way?
all of the weird warp fuckery and demonic possession
so
happening
that
in
would
front of
be
you.
4 corruption then.
I wonder how much corruption our buddy Lycus here gets.
I'm putting it as equivalent to witnessing a chaos ritual.
I pass, so I don't get any.
Correct.
I still only somehow have 1 this entire time.
I call bullshit.
As you crawl half dead back into your Valkyrie, and you rise off, skimming along the hive's upper atmosphere, there is a column of light, and then several more columns of light, and a heavy projectile, and then there's a hole and a mushroom cloud above the city.
That should take care of that.
Could you think they could have done that from the start and saved us all this trouble?
So the adept says, you were the ones that told us not to do that.
I don't remember asking you an emperor a damn thing.
damning the Emperor? That's heresy. I'm marking
Remind
this
me
down
to
on your record.
remind me to ask you about the faulty missile that I was equipped with when I get back.
I am sending a report to the Inquisitor now about your rough language and heresy.
I mean, that doesn't affect me because I don't view the Emperor as a god anyway. That's not a secret.
I mean, when you say that, he's just like, ah, shock.
We're signing out, Adept.
Okay.
He just turns off the call.
Ah,
I'll offer my apologies to you all, but that relatively does not matter at the moment.
Antipho like pulls out a ration bar, looks at it.
I accepted your apology when I connected my fist with your face.
Throws the ration bar away, just in case.
You get a quick report that's it appears to be being sent to all military units within the Hive City. Patriarch alive but wounded. Kill team dead.
Wow.
Majority of Gene Stealers presumed wiped out. Majority of cultists presumed wiped out. Majority of chaos worshipping arbites. Actually, it says all chaos arbites confirmed dead.
All arbitrates confirmed dead.
No, not all arbites.
No.
The arbites are the one making the report.
I think Lycus will report into the Inquisitor if
Sounds
he's not
like something that a Chaos Arbitrace would say.
if he's too busy to answer the call, he'll just leave the talk
It
saying,
takes him 30 seconds before you get him, and he says, "This is Inquisitor Calidus Cinevis. Who is this?"
This is like a Centauro. We discovered that the den that we found was linked to a ration distributor. It has been obliterated.
Yes, I have some reports here from the adept on the call.
Yes.
It would appear that you suffered some form of possession. Someone on your team.
Yes, I was momentarily mind controlled, not necessarily possessed.
I would have you report to me as soon as possible.
I will.
You are not the most important asset to the Imperium, but it would be better for us if you were sure.
I understand. I'll be there as soon as possible.
You have done excellent work so far, Lycus. It is, I think you've seen, rare for us to get to directly counter such heresy. Your team has done a passing job, which is more than I can say for many that work for me.
Thank you. May I ask what the situation as far as the Patriarch is? Do we still know where it is?
We are attempting to track it as best we can, but several Grey Knights were lost in the fight. And he sighs so heavily and says, I have turned to negotiating with the rogue trader for additional assistance. He apparently has access to several Death Watch members and some Dark Angels.
I understand.
Lord Inquisitor,
Yes.
the factory that the Gene Stealers are in exports to the Shrine World. It's possible their cult influence is spread there as well. Obviously, the other Inquisitor has access to Death Watch as well, but should they not be warned?
I have sent such a message ahead, psychically, but I do not know whether it has been received or not. We will do what we can to ensure some word reaches them. But as you know, there is warp fuckery about.
You mean the shadow in the warp cast by the...
Yes, that exactly. That thing. That all of us psychers, that none of the rest of the people on the call understand. You and me, we perfectly understand.
That's it. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Exactly. Yes, I'm attempting to warn them as best I can. They're out of communicational vox range. But we will try to get a message to them. Either way, if you'll recall, I have been bringing teams back from that planet, and I am going to send a specific team there to hunt this particular issue down.
So after my meeting with you, as far as the
Purification
assurance
rituals.
that I am all right and pure, would you like me to possibly negotiate with the rogue trader?
Boy, would I ever... No, he doesn't say that. It would behoove me to use any level of intermediary between me and him. Myself and him. He and I. There. That one's... Yeah. Let's stick with that.
He seemed to have an interest into speaking with us beforehand for every...
I must remind you that you absolutely cannot trust a rogue trader under any circumstances. For all I know, the man could be a filthy heretic Xenos or a rogue inquisitor pretending to be a rogue trader. I mean, that's very incredibly popular according to the old records.
I understand.
We were also cautioned against going on his ship, weren't we?
Yes.
I believe you were invited to his ship. Make sure to get in writing that there is a uninvitation at the end of that where you are allowed to leave.
Indeed.
Then return to me immediately so that we can begin this process. I will let Bryce Danger know that you will be sent to him soon.
Bryce Danger.
Yes.
Is that...
That is his name. I'm sure he's introduced himself to you already.
He has.
Okay. I just do not recall at the moment. It's been a busy couple of days.
He just closes the comm line.
Okay.
Lycus,
Yes?
whatever happens, I don't think that there's anything you could have done differently. Whoever was first up that ladder would have been assailed by that psyker. And it's not a failing on your part that he overwhelmed you. It's simply the strength of the psyker. I don't need an apology from you.
It's almost as if he was being acted on by an outside force.
That's good, because it seems like you dodged me pretty well. I was impressed.
Well, sometimes some of the skills of our old lives come back. Sometimes they don't. But
I'm just
I know,
glad I
it
didn't
was
hurt
like
you
a-
guys as much as I could have.
And
How is
Antipho
your
coughs and
face?
spits out
It
some
hurts
blood.
immensely. Thank you.
Good.
Cough
Pain
and
is just weakness leaving the body. You'll thank me for that someday.
Wow, okay, Planet Fitness.
Who shot the damn ladder?
I believe it was Eshairr.
Eshairr and Eshairr and Eshairr.
She shot both ladders, actually.
Do you have some racial hatred for ladders? Did they wrong your people in some life?
It was simply the backstop to my target, unfortunately.
I mean, the real victim is the shoddy nature of the ladders that we build, apparently.
This planet is useless. Can't make a ladder.
The whole damn thing.
We're
That's a
making
another
a
good
good
idea.
process of it. We've currently nuked a couple of cities now.
That's nothing. We should just blow the whole planet up.
We should not do that.
There are other planets in the system.
I like that Antipho's become a curmudgeon.
I like that this is the planet that produces all the food.
All the
Remember what we
tainted food.
learned. Remember what we learned from Tempestus' file. There's something important on this world that we still need to find.
Yeah, something Necron of nature. Is that it? No, I don't think we knew it was exactly Necron.
Yeah, he mentioned
okay.
Blackstone. Whatever.
Yeah.
He never said Blackstone. He said whatever that knock.
I can't remember what the name of the item was.
Pop and lock and
Hoppin' lockin'?
yeah, you know, that's what I say when I don't know what word it is. But it's like Noctilith or something.
Oh, Noctilith Labyrinth?
It's whatever Blackstone is in Adeptus Mechanicus language. They have
I
a
think it's-
specific term for it.
Now, I suppose we should get moving.
I mean,
I
we're
have several
already flying.
hours of a possible torture or examination to be going through.
We've been flying this whole time.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like you're landing
would
in
like
the
to-
process.
I would like.
I think we
to
should get
my
going. We're
body
already there.
fixed of-
Yes, that man
Yes.
certainly deserves an apothecary.
Yes, now you know how it's like to go down unconscious.
But
So I feel like Eshairr and Antipho get their own personal hot sororitas doctor. In Antipho's case, she princess carries you in. She's in her power armor and she just literally picks you up like you're a kitten and just carry. She's just like, stay still. We wouldn't want any additional wounds.
I'm just imagining Antipho. Like, I should get shot more often.
She's petting your hair like, there, stay calm. Do not worry.
Whereas Eshairr's against the wall being hosed by the.
No, she's not, but she's not picking you up. She's just escorting you calmly. Coolly, of course. You're not, the normal customer. But they lead you inside the palace, and we can see that banners of certain noble houses are being torn down, and the symbol of the Adeptus Arbites is being put up in their place.
Hmm.
Please take 5 points of experience. Well, that was an episode. It was my first time getting to use psyker powers on my side of the table, which you'd think is very weird for a heresy-based campaign. And
How'd you feel about it?
Did it go fucking wrong? I'll tell you, I had a whole different list of powers that I was going to use. Honestly, like Life Leech and stuff like that. Just something I thought it would extend the fight. It would be kind of threatening, but not so bad. Regenerate, science, terrify. But then I was like, okay, Mind Probe and Puppet Master on the table now. I mean, we're going full, evil demonic. It's an interesting system. Perils of the Warp is some real bullshit, though.
The least we know, just to throw that card into the bin. Just take the Wrath and the extra,
Look,
the new
man,
card.
some of the other cards are way better than that one. Like, the very next one in line was Take Wounds.
Yeah.
It's just you're very unlucky, Pondo.
Yeah, it was just very much a night of circumstance.
You're
We got a
you're the
whole bunch
Sid
of whole bunch of crits, and then which gave you a bunch of ruin. And
Pondo
was-
show. I'm the Sid Alpha now. I'm the Sid Alpha.
it was, I will say, hilarious seeing a whole group of people, a whole mob, just disappearing like that. Because after that, we had a trouble with another mob that we couldn't quite get rid of due to the lack of spread nature.
All right. Well, let me ask, friends, how did you feel about the psyker nature of the combat?
The psychic stuff, it was just, that was just RNG.
Yeah.
But let's say combat overall, right? I feel like this episode got the craziest we've ever had in a combat.
I mean, I still don't like how swingy the system is, because it goes from either they're ineffective or they're casting power word kill. There's no middle. We've not had any middle ground. And just like not having anything that you can do at all, it's just when it happens, it's just not fun at all. Like there's nothing you can do. So like I said, it's either nothing or everything. There's not been a middle ground, which is just rough and kind of, aggravating.
What I wonder is if there's like other ways that we just don't know how to counter psychic powers, like deny the witch type of thing. Like, I don't know.
I think you can counter them if you have another psyker of sufficient potency.
Yeah, they have to have Deny the Witch as a held action.
Yeah, you have to just have a psyker to counter another psyker.
I was assuming that I was still subject to the whole no psychic powers because of the Shadow of the Warp thing. So that's why I didn't.
That is true. However, I was just going to throw a +2 difficulty on all checks for the no power. Like, it's not that you can't access it; it just takes greater effort.
Yeah. Okay.
No, the way to counter a psyker has always been with another psyker. That's just always been how it's always been in all the games.
The only people that can handle a Klingon.
This is a big gun.
The artillery also works pretty well against psykers.
As the size of a fireball increases, the number of social situations it can't solve decreases. I'm gonna say these words, but I want you to know that it deeply, deeply pains me to say them. Should we be thinking about switching to Dark Heresy for the next arc?
So I'll tell you something funny. I'm playing in a different Wrath&Glory game.
Yeah.
And the GM has told me this weekend that we're switching to Dark Heresy 2nd edition because he's sick of this system.
I don't have as much problem with the system, but I don't think I'm as affected as you guys. And Atomic has like taken a hardline stance on it.
My suggestion would be to finish this arc out.
Yes,
with
exactly.
The current system, current characters.
Yes, until the end of the season, basically.
Yeah, we know that. So it looks like they've started to ramp up communication from Cubicle 7 again. I'm reactivating the podcast shortly now that we're starting to get some more info. But it does look like at least by Gen Con they plan to have the new book released. So I'll be interested to see exactly what they have done to change up and improve the system. So
well, if they fix the balance problem of just there's no middle ground, like that's just the people I know who've played it and tried it and then honestly given it a really good try and then have gone back. The common word that everybody has a problem with is balance. It's so swingy that we've had, how many years the FFG stuff where, okay, there's a spread across everything, not just you either crush everything and just, a big murder blender, or you're just getting trounced on and there's nothing you can do about it. That's the common problem. So if they fix the balance, that's the only problem I have with the system is just the swingy nature of the, and not having a way to counteract that. If there was a way to counteract it, it'd be one thing, but I mean.
Has everyone here played like the old Dark Heresy and that system?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Hondo, Sid and I played 1st edition.
Okay.
Did you play 1st edition? I thought you played 2nd edition.
I thought it was 1st edition.
I believe it was 1st. Yeah.
Yeah. 2nd changed up a lot of that.
I got crushed by an elevator repeatedly.
Yeah.
I failed all my rolls except for one, which was to shoot the guy that was who we needed.
You chose to shoot a random person that the whole time was actually the Chaos Heretic that was spreading all the heresy. And listen, guys, I want to tell you something. If you haven't seen it, he literally, the last action of the game, he's like, I shoot the cook. And I was like, well, fuck, there goes the whole game. I was so close to taking over the ship. And then you shot the heretic.
Well, he was being a dick the whole time.
You guys were being a dick to him.
He was calling me a heretic. That's what prompted me to shoot
heretical.
him. Yeah.
All of you were like, blah, 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 blah.
As an Inquisitor or like Acolyte, whatever I was, I took offense to that and I took retort.
Yeah, it hurt me to have that happen.
That was so hilarious.
Hurt a lot.
So let me make a suggestion.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there because we've all played the system. Sometimes you do get a bit of positive hindsight 2020 where everything you feel the past was always better than the current, and there was certainly swinginess in the old system too. Why don't we, once we've done this arc out, maybe in our own time, we just do like a single one shot of the Dark Heresy 2nd edition system just to get a feel for it again. We've been playing this game for a while. We have a feel for this system, and then we can sort of say yay or nay. What do we like more? What'll fit better? Yeah.
I'm okay.
I mean, I haven't played the 2nd edition. I think I own it, but I
have literally all the books they've ever released for the FFG ones.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that I'm gonna have to learn the whole system, unfortunately, at pretty high speed.
It's
I
not
mean,
bad.
the
it's
core
not really
mechanic
complex.
between first and second is no different. It's still percentile based. It's still hitting a target number. The core difference, I think, was the fact they made the default difficulty plus 10 on your roll, because people were,
Yeah.
it was a hallmark of Dark Heresy first ed. If you're a rank 1 or rank 2 character, you would fail more often than you would succeed
Yeah.
on the
Yes.
skills that were your primary skill.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, your core skill would be like 40% chance.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, they also changed
why
the
I had an elevator drop on my head.
they changed
more than once.
the class stuff too, if I remember from first to second. I mean, to where you could
Yeah.
just buy whatever. You weren't limited to whatever was on your class table or
Yeah,
whatever. You could just
so
decide to buy whatever you want.
Yeah, first ed you had actual classes like, Imperial Guardsman, Assassin. Second ed is more sort of overall terms like Seeker, Seer, Warrior.
It determines your starting proficiencies, not necessarily what you're limited to. If you want to be like a medic and then go full on gunslinger, you can do that. It's just you might have a tougher time than.
And it costs you more XP because the keywords activate what your XP costs are.
Yeah.
So I think it's a deeper discussion, and it's one of those discussions I would also pitch to the audience if and when the time came as well, because it's what the audience wants to see too.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping by the time we're done here and we're thinking about it, we might have some more visibility on what the new system for Wrath&Glory looks like.
I don't think so. If it's not coming out until Gen Con, we're looking at 6 months between now and then.
Gen Con's in
August.
They're talking about, because they put out a call for GMs to run games at Origins as well, but Origins is only usually, I think, July. But it comes out. I don't know if they'll release stuff before then.
We're not doing the Magos hunt, which you have backed out of. Then we're talking maybe 1 or 2 episodes left before we round out this season.
I think it's a discussion worth having.
Audience, let us know on Discord or YouTube comments. What do you want to see? More Wrath and Glory? More Dark Heresy?
Twitter, YouTube, Instagram.
No, people don't communicate with us on.
First off,
I don't even have Instagram. Let's start there.
Who the hell uses Facebook?
I don't have Facebook, and I don't use it because I don't want jerk ass being like, I'm gonna sell all your data, and I'm gonna have all of these people that you don't know be your friends. I'm gonna just suggest random people you passed on the street to be your friends.
I mean, even if you don't use their stuff, they still have a profile on you.
And they're just crazy old people sharing, like, hey, wear potatoes around your neck to stop the flu, and I'm like, man, you're gonna die of flu, huh? Wow, that's a real choice. That's a hard stance to take.
My
mother decided to join Instagram on Monday, and her computer was hacked by Friday.
Impressive.
How many toolbars does she have, though? That's the question.
I think she opened up an email that said, like, "Oh, your Instagram account has been affected. Please click here to fix it."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally, my only problem is the swing balance. If there was an intermediate way to fix that, or at least make it not as bad, that's literally my only problem with it. As I played it, I mean, when did Dark Heresy come out, James, if you remember?
2008.
Okay, 8. And then one of the big things, the reasons why people still love it, is because the system from Dark Heresy, Only War, Death Watch, and Black Crusade, it's all the same system. So you can pull stuff, talents, whatever, from any of the games, and kind of, that all works. It's the same core system, whatever. So just going from that to this, I have a grasp on the mechanics. I'm fine with that. It's just the balance is crazy. And this seems to be, it's not just me being a whiny bitch. I mean, I'm a whiny bitch at times, but it's a very common theme that it's the main problem people have just all across the interwebs. So if we can overcome that, or if there's a way to overcome that, then I'm completely fine with the system now that I've learned it and gotten used to it. Plus we have James and his encyclopedia of, RPG knowledge or whatever, has helped. But that is the sole problem I have. It's crushing when there's just nothing you can do about it. It's like, well, I'm not going to do anything because I can't do anything. It's just like,
I think the core problem is in the combat, though. It's not we don't have an issue so much with the investigation and the general skill mechanic. It's
no, that's fine.
Mechanic,
yeah.
Everything else is fine because everything is relatively doable. Combat is when it gets a little bit funky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
my only other main issue is the corruption system. There's no ability to roll it back, and there's very little scope for, once we get past 5, it starts to get harder and harder, and you start to get faster and faster. And so you hit 25, your character's out of the game.
This seems like
So
it's
the
kind of
old system was out of 100.
Yeah, I mean, you could always increase that number from 25 or whatever. I mean, that seems fairly easy to deal with. It just had more space in between like breakpoints or whatever. But do you think they'll release anything around Adepticon, or you don't think they'll do it or talk about anything?
I honestly don't know. Zach, who's working on it at Cubicle 7, is working on it exclusively. So there is a producer and an RPG team working on it exclusively, but I don't have any other knowledge on where they're at with it. All I know is they put a call out for GMs for Origins and Gen Con.
Yeah. We'll see. Adepticon is what, 25th of March? 25th to the 29th, 28th?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's like the 20-something of March is when Adepticon starts. I want to say it's the 25th through the 29th, but I wonder if they'll put anything there. I mean, that's more of a wargaming thing than a tabletop thing, but who knows? The way they've been doing the Warhammer community stuff, they're just releasing shit whenever they feel like it. They're talking about stuff
in March.
25th of March. Yeah, so we'll see.
All right.
I mean, that's it. That's the only thing. So we'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Sid Alpha, let's do some outros.
Hello. Yes. Thank you, everyone, for coming to watch us. Surprised Antipho didn't die horribly in flames.
Got close.
It's really tough to die in this system, guys.
No, I was actually saying I'm surprised that Lycus didn't kill me with a flamethrower.
It would have been very funny, and the
It
combat would have gone a lot.
hilarious.
That would be the kind of combat where you're retreating rather than advancing.
We cut Lycus's arm off and beat him to death with it.
But no, I'm still alive. Antipho, after knowing that the food production plant may have been spreading corruption, might not be eating quite as many ration bars.
That's the real damage.
That's the real tragedy
make him
here.
extremely sad. But no, I had a lot of fun. Yeah, the combat balance and everything like that is really wonky with this game, but I still had a lot of fun with how things went. I thought it got crazy really fast, and that was actually really interesting for me. I enjoyed the hell out of all the weird random happenstances that just like, oh god, everything's fucked now. Yeah, I should have more videos coming out here soon on my channel. We should be back this week for Battletech on Thursday.
Yes, with Grimdark James as our guest for episode 75.
And I'm also going to be on some additional Let's Plays with Rachel Messer over on her YouTube channel that'll be coming out. Yeah, gonna be playing, I believe, some more of The Forest, so she can blast my eardrums out with screaming, terrified because of cannibals, but 'tis the way of things, as it were. And that's about all I've got.
Can I ask you a question? Does
Yes.
that fear of cannibals extend to a fear of zombies? Because I have a friend who can't stand anything about humans eating humans, and zombies is completely off of her watching list.
I believe it does. I will check, but I do believe that to be the case.
I like the way you looked over your shoulder there. Like, I'll just ask. Rachel's right next to me now. I'll ask her.
Oh, it's because I have Discord over on that monitor.
Listen, James.
Oh, she's in chat.
Don't even talk to me
zombies
about
don't
this
bother
shit.
her as much. she
Nothing
says.
is ever gonna beat the episode where me and Rad have no idea that Pondo and Cotton have Sid behind them, and Sid just walks by in the camera, and I'm just like, "What is going on? What the
Look,
fuck
I'm
is
coming-
this shit?"
I'm coming to the US at least twice this year, so if I can find a way to fuck with you, I will.
Sid, you do the plant thing, right? Sid just like takes a sip and is like, "You want some, James?" And we reveal that James is sitting in front of a green screen with his regular area static. It just takes the mug and is like, "Oh yeah, sure." Yes, I would
The
buy
wall
that.
behind him is actually just green screen.
I would buy that. It would be good television. Got anything else, Sid?
No, that's it. Except to state that I do have green screens and things here. So
I
if
know.
James were to capture an image without him in his chair present, We could make that happen.
I know. I can't wait for it. Pondo.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello there.
I actually thought of like a suggestion is that maybe we could just switch to like kill team as far as like combat goes. Because really the only issue of this system is the
You
combat.
realize that most of the characters in this squad would have a 1 wound kill team.
Yeah.
You're accepting that you'll get 50% or greater casualties in every game.
Yeah.
Pondo's like, we've got James on our side.
I don't think Pondo saw this either.
Oh, I did thought it
We're gonna
through.
outplay you every
I
single
suck
time.
at kill team.
Yeah, I mean, kill team's deadliest. When I was making the show, kill team was on the table until I realized how easy it was to lose half your guys, and then I was like, kill team is off the table.
Yeah.
JS Bomb was like, I like kill team, and I was like, I like the idea of kill team up until you lose everybody.
Yeah, it doesn't work for the keeping a consistent force throughout seasons.
It would
or
be
like,
great if you all
seasons.
just played faceless Imperial Guard members, Band of Brothers style, and whenever you die, we just go to the next people in the squad.
Oh, hi, I'm Bill. How are you?
Yeah.
Funny how I have the exact same stats as Ted.
It's because we all have the same stats, Bill. We're all humans trained at the Progena.
I don't know. Some of my only war characters that are guardsmen have been some of the most, like, have gone through more shit than some of my Space Marines and survived.
Well, I think it would be as far as we would just have like set stats for each of our characters. Like how this person has so many wounds, this person has so many wounds.
An idea, but one that I don't think is tenable.
That's fair.
If you think dying in this system is hard, dying in kill team is very easy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
dying
annihilation
in-
was possible in this battle. There was, I think I could have been annihilated by the Tempestus.
Possible.
I've
What do
only
you have
got
to do to
5
get
wounds base.
annihilated?
They've got to do double your wounds to you. So if I took 10 wounds after soak, which would be possible because my soak's only 7. If they had -4 AP, I wouldn't matter because I had. If they did 17 wounds, that would kill me outright.
They had -5, didn't they? So it's
very
possible.
unlikely.
Yeah, but I had the force field there, so I think it
That's
wasn't -5.
That's true.
It was possible, but my roll would have to be incredible. All right, Pondo, I'll take your suggestion or advisement, but I must strenuously say up front that you'll be dead.
Yeah. I don't think kill team is the answer.
The real
It was
answer
just
is
an
we
option
no
on the
longer play
table.
the RPG at all, and we just switch totally to 8th edition.
I mean, people do that.
Look, I mean, kill team would be fine if it was a case of it like our PCs were basically the movers and shakers directing stuff and not getting into the individual fights.
You would be the
Yeah.
commander from XCOM is what you would be.
Which is already what we're doing for the large part with the
pretty much.
It's just, we just allow for smaller scale, faster battles,
Yeah.
to be done that way as well.
Yeah.
All right, you got anything else, Pondo?
Nah, that's about it.
All right, cooking things up in that brain. Speaking of people that cook things in your brain, Atomic.
I am a very hot-headed person. This is true.
That's not
That's
what
true.
I meant, but okay.
That's I mean, my mother told me that, so it's obviously truth. You can catch me here on Wednesdays for New Game Plus, which is not canceled, and we'll get back to it at some point. Just life has not been kind to people, so it's been like 3 weeks since we've done something in that.
It's been 3 years, but they keep pulling me back in.
Back in my day. Yeah, and then over Sundays, I'm over on Pondo's channel for Hunters of Wolverine and his 5e Gestalt game, where I'm an Eldritch Knight and a wizard with 17 known spells at level 3, and it's hilarious. That's pretty much it. James, I learned that there's an RPG called Delta Green that's essentially only war mixed with
Cthulhu, yeah.
Cthulhu.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I learned about it the other day. I'm like, I want this. I need this in my life. So
Can I introduce you to was it Cthulhu Mech or Mech Cthulhu, where it's BattleTech mixed with Cthulhu.
you have my attention, sir.
You have my.
I don't know how to
attention as
feel
well.
about that.
Yeah, but
BattleTech mixed with Cthulhu.
I mean,
I'm still trying to figure out a way to bring kaijus into BattleTech.
There are
Haven't figured it
super
out yet.
large beasts, man.
Yeah.
Why do you think they need cattle masters? Because they're fucking
Sorry,
Aurochs.
Cthulhu Tech, sorry, by Sandstorm Productions.
mm,
In 2007 it was released.
Is there kaiju tech? I just want to take a freaking Axeman to a Godzilla. That's all I want to do.
like I just want a giant robot that's essentially a Viking warrior with an axe and shield, but you know, giant. That's what I want. There's a Blair's heavy metal as it chops things to pieces. Anyway, yeah, I said my thing with Wrath&Glory. I've come around to it. It's just the balance thing. If we could, even if we have to tweak stuff, or if they release something in between, or if we, you know, I'm sure James is going to be up for the next 4 days trying to think of something because that's how his brain works. That's, you know, we'll figure it out. We've got some time. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I like the investigation stuff. I just the thing we're trying to do, I'm kind of like, it's just not a great. I need a more skill-based character, if that makes sense. It's like trying to play a fighter in Pathfinder when you have like a investigative thing where you need skills. It's like I have no skills, so I'm just not doing anything. So it's like I just have to change that. But other than that, it's pretty good. So we'll figure it out, I'm sure. That's pretty much it. Rambling.
Interesting. Someone just found a thing that
sorry.
converts your battle scribe to your tabletop simulator units. That's
Yeah, I
some fucking
saw
straight up
that.
bullshit.
Where the fuck was this?
Welcome to the real life.
Well, I'm about to test this right now.
You know, speaking of the real life, let's talk to someone who has a real life. Since there's only one person left, I have to go to James, but there we go.
I have a real life.
I'm aware that you do. I could have gone to anybody for that, but there was only you.
That's, oh, okay, sorry. This is just your universal segue. Is that it?
I mean,
all right. Well, let me start off by first off congratulating you, Arthur, on
Really?
getting a full show finished in the past week.
yeah, this show was the last full show that I've had in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks.
Same-
I've worked
same.
real hard for that.
Yeah, but I also know that you've been very busy in the back end with Oath of Endo Steel.
I hate
Since I've been
everything.
able to follow that via Patreon. Follow Arthur's Patreon, patreon.com/whatever it is. I don't know what your Patreon just have really long, ridiculous.
Yeah,
APGaming
patreon.com/ whatever the
Yeah.
fuck.
That's right.
Should be patreon.com/APGamingREAL, right? Yeah.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Put a link in chat or put a link in YouTube.
I think
comments.
there should be exclamation Patreon. I'll send you right there.
There you go.
Listen,
Alright, so
I don't
getting that-
need any shitty numerical. I got a name. All right, I got a name and it works. I ain't no YouTube basic bitch.
All right. So support Arthur's
Thanks.
Patreon and you'll get to see the things I get to see, like Oath of Endo Steel, which has obviously been keeping Arthur very busy. But no, that's
Board game cult and editing that fucking monster's been keeping me busy.
I haven't watched that one yet, I'm afraid. So, but no, I had a good time tonight. I like Sid. I enjoy the challenge here. I sometimes get in the headspace where part of me is like, no, that's not how that works. Or, but at the end of the day, you created an interesting challenge by combining like the two elements of a demonic mortal or possessed mortal.
I thought for
and-
sure you were going to say something when I told Sid that he had to use a simple action and a move to get up the ladder.
Yeah, it's I sometimes I've got to detach myself from the rules, because I always say that the rules.
Listen, when I
take second
did it,
place in the story.
I also was sure that you were going to say something, but I knew in my heart that it would be a way more interesting encounter if I just went ahead and made him demonic. I know that the card doesn't say you get any additional abilities, just that the GM gets control. But I thought,
and
man,
that's
this would
why I
be really
thought this is
cool.
fine. It's no need to argue this because it fits and it's fun and everyone's enjoying it and I enjoyed it. So kudos to you, Arthur, for making that work. And I think we should have the chat after the show. Not today. But over time, on what to do next and see what people would like, both in the show and outside the show. For me, I will be getting my podcast going again the next couple of weeks because there is some more stuff happening from Cubicle 7. Still just art releases mainly, but at least there is talk about the game again. I'm also very interested in checking out the Age of Sigmar RPG, which is coming out very soon too, because I've not been a big follower of Age of Sigmar, but it does look interesting, and I'd like to see what Cubicle 7 do with a new thing to do. Basically, I mean, they have obviously had other games, but I've never played the Doctor Who RPG or One Ring RPG, so I don't know too much about what their creation style is like. And unfortunately, their Warhammer Fantasy is really just a rehash of the old GW/Hogshead production. So, but yeah, I had a good time, and looking forward to joining BattleTech next Friday, and the Friday after. I'll be joining from the Great Barrier Reef. So it should be interesting to see what the hotel Wi-Fi is like. But that's all squared away, so good to go. And I'll be back here on this show next week as well.
Okay. You know, lately I haven't really been doing outros, but I want to say, as James mentioned, what better time to get in on the APGamingREAL Patreon? Even at the $1 level, you can get in here, get all of that old content, watch all of the stuff that's currently on Patreon, links to Oath of Endosteel, GM Prep before it's released to the public. Any month that you're subbed in on that, you'll be able to get Oath of Endosteel episodes before they go public. Watch personal videos from me explaining what's going on in the channel, the future, looking at analytics and statistics, and maybe sometimes listening to things people say to me about the things that I say. Yes, that checks out. That is a logical statement. You know, speaking of a logical statement, the statement that I have to say is, have a good night. That's it for us.